Next on our agenda is our Utah Schools for the Deaf and Blind portion of our meeting. We'd like to invite Carl Empey to come forward if he wants to give his presentation. Come right here to this bottom portion. Superintendent Coleman, if you want to join us up here as well, you're welcome.
Good morning, Madam Chair, board members, and staff. It's a pleasure to be here. I have two financial reports to present this morning. The first is our 12 months ended June 30th. They are in preliminary form. We're waiting for the state to do a calculation on post-employment benefits.
Sorry, I'm going to interrupt you really quick. Sorry. Apparently, those mics aren't picking up very well online, so go ahead and hit the button on the other one. Sorry, I didn't notice that sooner. Okay, thank you.
Should I start over? Okay, good morning. The two financial reports I have this morning are the fiscal year that ended June 30th, 2020 for the 12 months. They are in preliminary form. We are waiting for the state to do their calculation of other post-employment benefits and charge us the respective expense for it. And that's why these are marked preliminary. There's the three standard financial reports, the statement of net position that used to be called the old balance sheet. There's a statement of revenues, expenses, and changes in net position, which is the old income statement, and then a statement of cash flow. There's a lot of numbers here. I think the key report is we ended the year financially solvent, and it was a good year. And I'd be happy to sit down with any of you and walk through these numbers and reports specifically upon your request and not maybe take your time this morning. Are there any questions just on the June 30th year-end financial reports?
I see no questions. Go ahead and
Okay,
proceed.
great. Thank you. The next financial report is for our first month, July 31st. There's not a whole lot to report. We had inflows and transfers of about $3.7 million. I'm just going to round. Our expenses were $1.1 million, so it left us with a surplus of $2.6 million. So we're in a good position as we start the year off. We don't have a student count yet. We will have that in our next monthly report of the number of students that we serve. Our land grant enrichment fund balance as of July 31st is approximately $1.3 million, and our donated funds is approximately $1.2 million. The report that's on the screen is the supporting detail that gives all the line items that summarize in the green there, the $3.7 million in our revenues. Down below that is our expenses of the $1.1 million. The report behind that is just the donated funds summary report showing the balances in each of the respective categories. And I'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Okay, I don't see any. Oh, there we go. No, I don't see any hands raised. Oh, Mike Haynes, go ahead. Thank you, Board Member Haynes.
Thank you, Chair Cummins. I was just curious about the donated funds. Is this funds that have come through the foundation, or is this in addition to those?
This is as of August or July, we've created a separate account for the foundation. So the donated funds that you have here are a combination of the foundation's donated funds and the donated funds of the school. The majority of this, if you look on the donated funds, is about $900 and some odd thousand, which is the foundation money, which is coming from one of our extremely generous donors.
Fantastic. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, there are no other questions. Thank you.
Great. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, hold on just a second. Let me turn your mic on. There you go. Go ahead. Okay, go ahead, Board Member Cannon.
Thank you. As I looked over the 2021 USDB financial report, you had a box that showed estimated revenue, and from the state, you're getting 78% of your revenue comes from the state. And then my question's about the federal. It lists 3.5% of revenue coming from federal.
And that's,
I thought it would be higher than that. I thought for special needs kids, it was more like 10%. Can you just
yeah, we
enlighten
really
me?
do not receive much money from the federal government for our programs. We rely primarily on the state transfers that funded on an annual basis by the legislature.
And so, don't we get about 10% of our money from federal funding? Am I wrong about that? Is it siphoned off to go to other places, or?
I can't speak on behalf of USBE, but all I know is on USDB, we receive very little in federal funds.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Impey.